discussion to the continues to the our previous topic, SAP performance related T codes, performance related transaction codes here. So here we discussed about the ST01, ST02 tune summary, ST03 or ST03N, right? So these things we discussed, right? So ST03, ST03 and all those things we discussed here, right? So the next one is called the DB related transaction codes here. DB related transaction codes here. DB related transaction codes here. So which means like, so ST03 is the one of the very important thing here. SAP workload analysis. SAP workload analysis. We can see it from here. ST03 and ST03 are ST03 and are the SAP workload analysis here, right? So here workload analysis means we can check the load history. So all those things we can manage it from the ST03 and ST03, right? SAP response times, what are the transactions are executed. So that is the very important too. If any performance issues or anything in the system, this transaction code is useful here. This transaction code is very useful here, right? The next one is the ST04 is the transaction code. It's the DB performance related. ST04 is the database performance monitor here. So ST03 is the SAP performance. ST04 is the DB performance monitor transaction code here. So this ST04 or no DB13. This is the DBA planning calendar. Some kind of things, backups or anything we can do it here. So DB12, it's like a DB, the backups related things history, we can see it here. Right? DB01, DB database locks, that DB locks. So normally SM12 for the SAP logs. So DB01 is the database logs, we can see it here, right? DB02, so DB space history, all those things we can see it here, right? So all are the DB related, ST04, DB12, DB13, and DB01, DB02, all are the DB related things here, right? Database related things here. Apart from the, you can use this one, or you can also use the one single transaction code is called the DBA Cockpit, DBA Cockpit here. So this is the one of the database related transaction code. If you use this to one transaction code, or if you use the single transaction code also, you will get the same screen like this. Database related things here, you will get the same screens here. System performance, space, backup, configuration, the database related things here. So if you go to DBA Cockpit also, you will get the same screen here. You will get the same screen here. DBA Cockpit, you can see the same transaction codes here, right? So here you can see the system landscape here. You can come to know what is your systems are configured in the backend systems here. If you want to add any other databases to the in this SAP system, you can also add that one here, right? So also SLD configurations, sorry, system configurations, what are the database connections are in progress here, how many data DB connections monitoring here, all those things we can see it here. DB connection name and the monitoring, we can see it here, right? So DB planning calendar, DB13, right? DB13 means planning calendar. The calendar we will get here. So calendar means in the calendar we can create the some automatic job. In SM36, how we will create the jobs, in DB13 also we can create the jobs here, right? And also performance. So DB ST04 performance related here, how the database related performance here, right? So all those things we can get from here, the performance monitoring. So what are the logs, DB12, database related process here. In database level, all the other SQL statements are getting executed, IO performance. So all those things we can execute from here. All those things we can execute here, DB performance monitoring here, right? So space related things here, DB space, like So what are the largest tables, fast growing tables, single tables, overview, so backups, DB13. So all the DB related things, whatever we there in the database level, all the things we can do it from here in this transaction code here. In the transaction code, we can see it everything from here, right? So this is the space DB related overview, single table analysis, largest tables, fast growing tables in the database levels. So all the things we can see it from here, schema, table name, used, reserved, all the information, right? Single table analysis, we can see it from here, right? Overview. So all those things we can monitor it from here, right? Suppose if you want to monitor the some table, just provide the table name and click on the execute button. It will give you the how much it is used, what is the unused, how many rows, fields, statements, all the things will be available here. All the things will be available here, right? That is the table analysis, single table and the largest table analysis here, right? Fast growing table analysis, the performance related things here, right? All the information we can see it from here. All the information we can see it from here. That is the DB tables related information here, DB database table level. So information here. And will give the clear information of the system here. Clear information of the clear information of the system here. Okay. So that is the thing here. Size, used, reserved size, all the information we can see it from here. Largest tables, fast growing tables here, right? History of the database size, history, table history. So additional functions here triggered. So all the information database related, whatever we think it's we can do it in the SAP side. So one single transaction code, DBA Cockpit, using this transaction code, we will see it all those things here, right? All the information we can monitor it from here, DBA Cockpit here, right? Otherwise, if you want to go single, if we go to the DB01 database related logs, same screen will open. DB01 database logs here, DB logs here, DB logs here. Someone asked you to check the how many logs are there in the database level. Just you can go to the DB01. The same thing will open here. Same tab, same screen will open. DB02. So DB02 means space related things directly it will open. Same screen, but it will go to the space related things. Space related analysis it will go open. What is the total size? What is the allocated? What is the free? So what is the logs, number of logs allocated free? All the information will show you, will show here. All the information will show the all the information will show here, right? So that is the space related things here, right? So DB13 means DBA planning calendar here. Right? So suppose here you want to create the some planning related details here. These are the things here. Suppose you want to create the some suppose you want to create the some you want to add there is yeah, here you want to do the some details here. So like suppose night you want to create the some jobs, database related jobs here. Then you can just create the job, you can execute, you can create it here so that it will check, it will create the job here in the system. It will create the job here successfully scheduled and everything here, right? So those related things we can manage it from here. So any database related jobs, so we can manage it from here. It means automatically it will create the jobs will be created here. Automatically it will create the jobs here. That is the DB related jobs here. Right? DB related jobs, we can manage it from here. Right? So that is the actions planning. Any jobs, database, SAP level jobs, we know. SM36 and 37. DB related anything you want to check the database, backups or performance, anything, we can check the DBA Cockpit or DB13 directly. You can go for that one. Here you can see. DB12 is for checking the backup history. DB12 checking the backup history here. Checking the backup history here. Not found, not found, not found, not found. So when it backup is there, so it will give the not found related details here. Transaction log backup log here. So like DB12 here. So so instead of using the all the transaction codes one by one, just if you go to the DBA cockpit, start the DBA cockpit, all the things we can see it in the, we can monitor, we can check it from the DBA cockpit. DBA cockpit here. Everything we can check from the DBA cockpit here. Right? Planning calendar, DB connections monitoring, performance, space, backup, configurations here. Right? Jobs. Are there any jobs which you scheduled in the database level? So logs, checking the DB job history here. So all the things we can monitor it from here. All the things we can, so we can monitor it from here. Right? So alerts, are there any critical alerts in the database level? If we go to the alerts monitoring, we can see the alerts related information in the system here. Suppose anything wrong in the database level, something wrong already, so something is not working, DB level, it will throw the alerts here. Suppose here you can see the space is fine, performance side, the cache is red. So procedure hit ratio cache is the very, it should be improved. So it means this is the very alerts. So diagnosis files, the logs, we can see it here. If in a database level, if you want to check here, we can see the logs, audit logs. We can check the information here. We can check the information from here, right? That is the diagnosis files, DB diagnosis files related information here, right? So DBA cockpit. So here we can manage the all the database related things from the DBA cockpit. So database level logs, database level jobs, database level backups, whatever we do database. So all those things also we can manage it from the SAP level as well using the transaction code. Transaction code is like a shortcut to the your business application. Suppose if we want to check anything, you need to log into the database. Let's suppose DB related database level, you have to log in and you have to do the monitoring, right? So SAP level, just you can go to SAP level, execute the transaction code here. SAP level, just you can execute the transaction code from here, right? It is a SAP related transaction code. You can execute it from here, right? It is a SAP transaction code here. The next one is called the, so these all are the DBA cockpit, single transaction code, all you can monitor it here, right? The next one is called the ST05, is the, this is the performance trace here, ST05. ST05 performance traces here. In the system level, suppose you want to find out the some traces, you need to collect the some traces. ST01, ST05 are the traces. 05 are the traces to find out the information and everything here. So you can activate the trace. So then you can ask user to reproduce the issue. You can deactivate the trace. Then you can so you can reproduce the issue. Then we can deactivate the trace and we can display it and see what went wrong, where it is taking the longer time, right? So now see the duration is taking long time. Now just you can switch off the trace and you can display the trace now. So here we can see to which table where it's taking very longer responsibility, longer time. So it's kind of tracing here, right? Suppose basis user, right? You can see it here how much time is taken for the each and every step here. The first step, it went to the some of the table name. This is the SQL statements which are executed. Now in the front end, you are only executing the transaction code, but in the back end, your user requirement will take it out, it will validate it, then it will go to the database table level. It will fetch the data from the table level, database level by using the SQL statements, and it will give the results back to you. But you want to know why it's taking some time to get the data from the database level. So where it got taken some time here, inserting the values, it's taking the some time. Not the selection statement, insert statement, it's taking the some time here. So you need to exactly find out what went wrong here, why insert statement is taking some time. Maybe if you inform to the developers or if you inform to the SAP, they can guide us why insertion taking the longer time duration, all the information will give us. Insert statements will give the information here, right? So that is the statement here. That is the information from the here. Okay. That is the information here, right? That is the ST05. ST05 is the tracing. ST05 is the tracing capability. So means in your SAP system, so suppose if you are executing one transaction code, right? One transaction code. So then you want to find out what went wrong, right? Suppose if you are going to the one transaction code, it will, you are getting the results means in the back end, it will execute as a SQL statement, it will fetch the data, right? But because database level, anything you want to get, you need to execute the SQL queries only. But you are not writing the SQL query. Application is writing the query behalf of you, and it will gathering that, it is getting the data. It is getting the data here. So that's the reason. So that is the reason. So here application, that is the reason application is giving the response. Application is taking care of the executing the statements and everything here. So that is the reason here. So here ST so 05 is the one you can track the information here by enabling the trace. You can just activate the trace. Then you can ask the user to reproduce it. Then you can normal transaction codes SM21, ST22, SM21 is for the system logs, ST22 for the above dumps or anything or not. We can see it here, right? Normal trace logs. But something is wrong. You are unable to see more details. Then in this case, how can we identify, right? So you can have need to collect the additional traces, right? Suppose one incident is happened, you have filed a FIR in the police department. So then, so the crime team will start investigating it, right? So whatever the evidences are there, they will collect it. SM21, ST22 evidences, we can collect it, ST03 and DBA Cockpit you collected. But you need more clues to identify the root cause, problem, and everything. Then in this case, you need more, right? In this case, what we can do, so we can collect the more logs by enabling the traces, right? So ST01 or ST05 are the enabling the more logs here. Here we can identify it here. We can identify the more logs here, right? ST05, right? So then ST06. This is the operating system level monitoring here. So ST06 here, OS level monitoring. OS level means what will be their OS level? CPU, network, memory, CPU, network, memory, and file systems, disks. So these things, yes, these things we can monitor it here. Sir, someone asked you to, can you check the OS level, how the CPU utilization, how the user utilization, then can you check it out the memory utilizations and everything here. Then we can go to the ST06. Here we can see the how many number of CPUs are there, how many number of cores are there, what is the percentage of the CPU utilization, memory in and out, all the information we can see it from here, right? CPU, memory, disk, LAN, top process here, top CPU process here, how many are there here, right? So these things will be helpful here, right? Same as like task manager. In our task manager, what we do in the task manager, right? Here we will check the task manager. What is the process, CPU utilization, memory utilization, which process is taking the more time, all the information we will check it out, right? Same way here, we will check this information here, right? So previous hours, how the previous CPU utilization in the previous hours here, right? So system utilization, user utilizations, number of CPUs, idle percentage, and user percentage and information. We can see it here. Disk, memory. Memory means in the last hour, 8th hour, 9th hour, 7th hour, what is the memory percentage, all the information we can see it here. Disk, disk level it says here, right? And we can see the, so CPU, memory, disk, LAN, all the information, previous history, everything we can see it from here, right? So that is the information we can see it. OS level, I mean to say operating system level information here. So we no need to go to the actual operating system level and monitor all those things here, right? From SAP level also, you can use the ST06 for OS level. Then database level, you can go to the DBA cockpit, and SAP level, you can go to the ST03 to analyze the system performance. To analyze the system performance, we can monitor all those things here, right? Then ST07. So application monitor user distribution here, ST07 here, ST07. Application monitor user distribution here. Here, normally this rarely people will use it ST07, but only how many number of users are there, then how many number of servers are there, what are the work process here, then each application, how many, what are the application components, basis components, how many members are someone using the ST22, above workbench, syntax, compiler, runtime they are using, how many number of users are using. So all the information, it will give the clear information here. Each component, basis components, application components, sales, SD, how many are there, each component, how many are using, all the information will be available in these components here. All the information available in these components here. Just application, normally no one use this one. Okay, but just for information I'm giving here. So these are the DB related, all the performance related transaction codes here, ST01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, and 07, ST07. All are the SAP performance related transaction codes here. Here, ST03, normally we will use it for SAP level monitoring, and DBA cockpit database related things here. So application level, we will see it here, ST06, we will see the application level monitoring and everything here. Okay, that is the ST07 for, so application monitor and user distribution here. Okay, so these are the performance related transaction codes here. Anyone, any questions?
All good, Ravi.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hi Ravi, how to configure backup, database backup
Yeah.
in Pro?
Normally we have the HANA Studio or everything, we can configure it.
Okay.
DB time you will get more. Otherwise, here also go to the DBA cockpit. Okay, DBA cockpit. So normally it's only SAP, right? Go to the DBA, everything, any database related things, you can go to the DBA cockpit. So you have the backup, right? Go to the backup. So here you need to click on the add, go to the backup overview, or we can see the backup details and everything. So otherwise, if you want to configure, right, you want to configure, then let me show you. So here you can see the details, backup details and everything here. Here nothing is there. So you want to schedule the backups here, right? There is a DB13 planning calendar here. So using this DB13, so you want to, what we can do, we can, which time you want to create. So just click on the add button here. Too early. 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Every day 4 o'clock you want to run. Every day 3 o'clock. So you can just check the timelines here. What is the timelines here? Suppose 13th onwards means 13th, no, 12, right? Why it is showing wrong date? Okay, maybe EST or some time zone it is showing, I guess. So here using this one, using this calendar, so from what time you want to create it, all the information we can just click on the add the details so that you will get the list of options. What are the things we can add it? So by using these options, we can create the backups, automatic backups creations, all those things we can schedule it. All those things we can schedule it here. DB12. So that is the one. So DB13 are individual or DBA cockpit, we can check it out. So then after that, you schedule the backup, go to the DB12, we can see the history. We can see the history here, whether it is successfully completed or failed, all the information we can see from here, DB12 here. Here backend is fetching the data, loading the data. So from date to date, it's fetching the data. Nothing, no backups. That's why we don't have any backups now. That's why it's not showing anything. So maybe during the DB time, you will get more. Any other questions, anyone? So what you can practice this transaction codes, then transport topic. Transport topic is there. Transport administration, that is a very big topic. Yeah, before going to transport topic tomorrow, I maybe this topic SOST is required the full-fledged time. Scott transactions, outbound email configurations that we will discuss. And we have only 20 minutes. That is not sufficient. Okay, we'll connect tomorrow, but please practice it. Whatever we discuss now here, just you can practice it. Okay, this fine, right?